Hello everybody and welcome to the University of York and York's Festival of Ideas. My name is Dr. Liam Maloney. I don't know why I checked my notes for that bit.
It was the doctor bit.
And I'm from right here at the School of Creative Arts and Creative Technologies at the University of York. I'm chairing today's event. So it falls to me to introduce our two speakers today. They are both, like myself, from the other side of the Pennines, over here doing missionary work. My first guest this evening is Mike Pickering, musician, DJ. He began his career DJing at Haçienda's Nude and Hot nights and was a founding member of Quando Quango and M People, Mike's People. And as an A&R exec, he worked with a string of legendary artists. He's also recently released his memoir called Manchester Must Dance. And the other half of our duo this evening, Robb, bassist and singer for post-punk dark energy mainstays The Membranes and Goldblade. Love Goldblade. He's also best-selling author, presenter, journalist, DJ, publisher, model, talking head, and the founder of the music and culture website Louder Than War. And you've recently published your Oasis kind of biography, Live Forever, and your autobiography has recently just come out as well. I very much look forward to hearing what we've got to talk about tonight. Please welcome Mike and John. So it's kind of a nice time to be doing this because it's quite an auspicious time. We're about 30 years, almost to the day, from Oasis's Nebworth concerts. Thursday was the 50th anniversary of the first...
The Leicester Free Trade Hall.
Sex Pistols in Manchester. And you've both just released autobiographies.
Yeah.
Why is Manchester so mythologised and exciting?
I think, well, it's got a great story, hasn't it, to start off with. I don't think you have to mythologise. I know Sony mythologised.
I don't think it's myth.
Yeah.
I don't think it's myth. I think it's all happened. So, you know, I think from a musical point of view, I always remember back in the factory days, Tony Wilson and I went to see Anthony Burgess, the author at, I think Waterstones or wherever. And at the Q&A, someone said to him, what's the difference between Manchester and London? You know, we always had this chip on our shoulder about London anyway. But he said, well, because in Manchester we look out to the world and we use influences like from America, Jamaica, Europe, you know, and we mix them with our own culture. Whereas that doesn't happen in London. They tend to look into themselves, you know, and it's very media-led. And I think that willingness to mix cultures has had a big part in Mancunian art.
Also, I think, like we talked about a minute ago, but everybody kind of knows everyone else, don't they?
Yeah.
So no matter what style of music you made in that city, you know all the other people, whether you're making rock music, dance music, funk, jazz, everyone's in the same rooms and everyone knew each other. You go to London, it's all separate. Which
we've known each other. We've just been working it out maybe 40-odd years, but, you know, he was in completely different music scene than I was, but we all mixed together.
And crisscrossed over, didn't it? And you're aware of what everyone else
and
did.
And members of bands would go, I'll do that with you. Or, oh, great, I'll come in the studio with you. Or,
It was not either. It wasn't that competitive either, was it?
No, it's not.
Some cities where all the bands hate each other, whereas in Manchester it did seem like people would help each other out as well.
Yeah. It wasn't perhaps. It's kind of a strange thing when you look back. You think of like the 80s and 90s as quite kind of siloed off in terms of like genre or scene or what kind of social tribe you belong to, and yet all of the bands seem to be mixing all their influences all the time. Even Oasis, like, we're going to the Haçienda and seeing.
Oh, massively. But you know, that's where you don't know from.
Yeah. I mean, the Haçienda, it gets a lot of its press for acid house, but that only started in '88. It opened in '82. It was like a meeting place for young creative Mancunians. And a lot of others who came in to go to college or university came because they'd heard about the Haçienda. And, you know, we had all sorts going on. I mean, we had like so many different types of acts, you know. Had William Burroughs reading poetry one Sunday afternoon.
Is that
and we had David Mack, the artist, making art out of 12-inch single. Do you remember that? He did it all around the famous red and black and yellow and black pillars, and he made them like Roman pillars from 12-inch singles. And we had all sorts of art installations, and it was a great meeting place, you know.
It was open every day. That was
it was open all the time.
So you had to have something on every night, which is like pretty
not
bonkers,
the best business move.
And that was at the times when only 200 people liked alternative culture, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But it kept going, which is amazing.
You know, Rob Grattan was the driving force behind the Haçienda, and when he was ever asked why he wanted the Haçienda, he said, because we've got nowhere to go and we want somewhere to go. We want somewhere to go and create and do our thing.
Half the quotes, wasn't it? to hang around with girls, I think, is sort of the half.
And his other famous one was, I do it because I don't want a proper job. Which is true.
And Rob was amazing, wasn't he? He was the drive force. Kind of similar to you, I think, Mike, because it annoyed me for years that you got written out the history. Because I remember saying to you about 10 years ago you should do a book.
When you did when we talked doing one of your books, Manchester, what was it called?
I interviewed you for that. And I said, why don't you just do your book? Because I read about the Haçienda, and you were like a footnote in the story where you were actually you booked everything in there, you know, basically. You know, and you go, this is not actually the right story, you know. So at last you've done it, so that's good.
Now, well, like youth culture and rock history always rewrites itself, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or people rewrite it. I mean, Rob's been... You know, most people think of Factory and think of the Haçienda, they think of Tony.
Yeah.
But Rob was the driving force, you know.
I mean, Tony's very good at being on the telly.
Tony was the great figurehead.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah.
You had a lot of other people as well behind the scenes, like Alan Erasmus is always kind of just mentioned out on the periphery, and it's never quite sure what Alan actually...
Well, didn't he lend Tony the 200 quid to start Factory?
All right.
But he had a bit more to it than that. I still hear from him now.
I hear from him every Christmas morning.
I get that. So he does every Christmas morning, Happy Christmas, written in really weird letters. But the last time I heard from him more than that is when the Ukraine war broke out.
Yeah, and he went to Ukraine.
He went out there.
Yeah. And I was like, where are you, Alan? I'm in Ukraine. What are you doing? It was great. I said, what are you doing? He said, well, I'm just helping. And I thought he's doing exactly what he did at Factory.
Yeah.
None of us can define what he does, but we're really glad he's there.
But then his 98-year-old mother made him come back.
Yeah.
Said to go back to Manchester again. Yeah.
And he did have he had 98 Palatine Road, which was where Factory was born, you know.
Made the space for it to happen. That's
still got it.
Has he still
lives there?
Has he still renting it out?
Yeah, and Vinnie Riley lives downstairs, yeah.
Does he? He's got a new record out, Vinnie, hasn't he?
Yes.
Wow. I bet it's never amazing. And Bruce is still drumming, and Bruce was 85, was he, yesterday? Yeah. I mean, Bruce is the real legend in Manchester.
Well, he was in Alberto's, he lost Trios Paranoia.
When he was about 40.
They were great, weren't they?
They were great. I mean, but Bruce was in bands in the 50s. Bruce was there the day that Rock and Roll Riot in Manchester was a riot in the streets.
Yeah.
You could ask Bruce Mitchell anything. When the Pistols play Manchester, he does the lights. Yeah. Stone Roses, 89, and Blackpool, he's doing the lights in the PA.
And he used to do all the risers.
Yeah.
For every great gig you've ever known.
To this day. He's like Zelig, he just turns up in the background. I think you look at a picture and go, fucking hell, Bruce is there. And he carries the lights around to this day, with his suit on and his monocle.
He's always wore a really kind of great suit.
Always looks good.
Yeah,
he's like a...
Even when he's like lugging gear around.
He's like a 50s sort of hipster beat figure. He's fantastic.
Great drummer.
Does he call you kid? He's the only person left who calls me kid. Yeah. He's a jazz drummer, isn't he? So, yeah. Because he used to go to the jazz clubs before rock and roll. That's how old he is. It's like these jazz...
You know, like blues and jazz bars. Yeah.
There aren't many left in Manchester.
I don't think any.
Matt and Fred.
Well, there's a little jazz scene. There's a little jazz scene. Yeah, but Bruce is there when that started in the war, probably. He probably started it knowing him. Yeah.
You've kind of touched on it in lots of weird ways already tonight. There's this sort of sense, there's always these people who just seem to be like on the periphery, who make all the connections happen.
Yeah.
I was absolutely thrilled when I was reading in Manchester Bus Stands. You talk a lot about Mark Kamens, who never gets a look in most of the discussions. And all of these other people who just kind of create these points of connection.
Yeah, well, I mean, Mark discovered Madonna, you know. It was Mark, who took Madonna's demo that he'd done to Seymour Steen who was in a hospital bed at the time. He was sick, and said he got to listen to this. And Seymour signed Madonna. You know, Mark produced a couple of the Borderline and one of the other early ones.
Madonna wasn't a particular fan of yours, was she?
No, she thought my music was dross. Everyone's entitled to an opinion.
Well, even if she liked it, she's not going to buy it, is she? She's got it free, so there's no loss there, is there?
Nah, she's quite a cold woman.
Yeah. That's how she survived this amount of time.
Yeah, of course. That's why she's so successful. Yeah. But yeah, she knew me, and she actually, after she'd played the Haçienda that time, she refused to admit that she'd ever been to Manchester. And we were like, but there's these great Kevin Cummins photographs of you, and behind you are yellow and black and red and black, you know, pillars. And they're at the Haçienda, Madonna. No, I've never been. You know.
Well, not one of my friends could vouch for her being there. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Then later on, yeah.
Well, the myth was that she slept in my porch in Charlton.
With one of my
friends.
friends.
That's not true. Is that with your mate?
You know him as well, but I don't want to say
right.
names, yeah.
I'm not going to. But I suppose the point is these people, you guys have had these really quite complex careers where you do a million different things. And in your book, you're Robb's mate.
Yeah.
Is your primary career for quite a while. And you've been author, musician, bassist, vocalist, general kind of iconoclast.
I just think that complex is just like a diamond. It's all different bits. And if you do music, you talk about it, you get music, you hear something that's really good, you try and turn people onto it, you tell about it, you write about it, you maybe film it or put it in the radio, whatever. It's all the same, it's just music, isn't it? Different facets.
And with me, it was like, I realised really early that, so when I did Quando Quango, I was like, right, I want Bernard Sumner from New Order and Donald Johnson to produce it and help me make the record, and I want Johnny Marr to play on it. And all these people, because it was like John and I said, they're like, yeah, we'll come in the studio, yeah, great. So I introduced Johnny to Bernard, because they'd never met, and then later, you know, they did electronic, the act, and
well, Quando Quango is probably closer to the music that Johnny probably really wanted to make, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he likes that kind of stuff,
he loves
doesn't
it,
he?
yeah.
I mean, he's very good at writing, obviously, kind of 60s influenced sort of indie music, but he really likes his funk and his dance, doesn't he?
He loves it, yeah.
Which is very Manchester as well, isn't it? Like the title of your book is very Manchester.
Yeah, I mean, his son is Niall, after Niall Rodgers. So, yeah. He loves funk. And,
The band he's in before, the Smiths, was kind of funky, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Freaky party, yeah.
And I knew Johnny from working he worked in X-Clothes.
I remember him in X-Clothes.
I used to call him Johnny, he was called Johnny X-Clothes.
He was, wasn't he? Yeah. You could get black drain pipe jeans, half price.
He was so cool. He was so cool.
He always had the best music. He wouldn't let anyone else play the music in there.
No.
He had to have
and you know, he says in my book, he goes, yeah, I like Mike because he was cool. And I was thinking, that's pretty wild coming from Johnny. You know? I copied him.
Yeah, he's very good at being cool, isn't he?
Yeah. But he's a lovely guy, Johnny Marr. And it's a pleasure to work with, you know.
Yeah.
And when I got him in to do, because I actually have him and Noel and Martin Fry, who is an old school friend of mine, and Calvin Harris, who I've worked with from when he was stacking shelves at M&S in Dumfries. True story. They all contributed a lot to the book, but I didn't have to drag him in. They're all like, yeah, I'll come in and do it. But Johnny, I mean, he's got crystal clear memory.
Oh God, he's the best interview, isn't he?
Oh my God.
4 hours. I interviewed him
about
for my
5-6
for my
hours
golf
later,
book.
I was home all in. I was just sat going, oh my God, when is he going to end?
He knows the pair of socks he was wearing for the day he bought each record and why he wore them. It's like in total detail.
And he's so enthusiastic about even socks.
Yeah. Which is British pop culture, though, isn't it? It has to be. It's about socks.
He's great. He's great. Yeah.
Where am I going from? Check your socks.
I knew when John and I together we'd bamboozle him. The other thing about Mancunians is they can talk a lot.
People are passionate, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah. Football and music defines a city, doesn't it? Yeah. Although I don't support either team, you support City, don't you?
I'm a City fan,
Yeah. Well, so it's a weird point, right?
We all are, actually. Johnny, me, Rob Gretton, Marky Smith.
Well, that's where you met Rob, wasn't
Stone
it?
Roses are United, though, aren't they? So.
Manny and Ian, yeah.
Yeah.
And Mick Hucknall.
Frantic Elevators were good. He's good when he started.
They were good, yeah. They were.
Searching for the Only One, great record that.
And Mick Hucknall was at the Free Trade, Leicester Free Trade Hall.
No, he wasn't, and he never claimed he was. You know, this is so Manchester people.
Is that not true?
Yeah, he said he was at that gig. No, he wasn't. He always said I've never at those gigs, and it really fucks him off that people say he was at those gigs. No,
just like Madonna.
Well, I'm glad.
he's at the Electric Circus. Because he's a little bit younger, so yeah.
Right, okay.
Did you go to those gigs?
I went to the second one.
That's it, yeah.
And I went to the Electric Circus.
Yeah.
Electric Circus was the best place, one of the best places I've ever been to.
Yeah, they had a lot. Everyone played through, didn't they?
I went to see so many bands there. It was a real derelict old building in Collyhurst, not a very salubrious part of Manchester. And it was basically falling down. It was only open for a short amount of time. But I saw everyone there, Clash, everyone. But one night that stands out, I saw the Ramones. But the support band came on. Yeah. The singer had a Fred Perry T-shirt. I thought, oh, he's cool.
Yeah.
He don't look like the normal punks and stuff. And they started playing Take Me to the River. It was the Talking Heads.
No, what a bill.
I mean, support band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, this is it. And then...
that was Seymour Stein again, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's
Blondie supported television.
Yeah.
There were so many gigs in that period. It was unbelievable.
The classic posters were 4 classic bands. Even the first band on's classic, isn't it?
Yeah. You could go out every single night and watch what bands that became like iconic. It was like...
That little period of time was like a proper crucible, wasn't it? It just changed everything. Like, that's the kind of line in the sand.
I guess for people our age, it's good. We're lucky to have that at that point in time. But it was life-changing, but it was a gamble.
It was Spiral Scratch for me that changed everything.
Yeah. The fact you can make your own records.
Because, all of a sudden, we'd been going out gigs at the Free Trade Hall and everything, and I was fascinated by artists being on a stage, but they could play like long drum solos and great guitar. They were really great musicians. It was like the prog rock times. And you thought, oh, it's a different world. And they had managers and promoters. And all of a sudden, these 4 lads come along, Xerox the front cover, did their own posters, put on the gig so they could play at the Leicester Free Trade Hall with the Sex Pistols. It was DIY completely. And we all went, hang on a minute.
Yeah,
it's only 3 chords and I can learn drums. And everyone just started doing it.
I mean, the drummer of the Buzzcocks, that record, been drumming for 4 weeks.
Yeah, 4 weeks.
Yeah, and he's 16 and he just got the kit, hasn't he? And his drumming's fantastic on the record. It's not shambolic. It's really good. Yeah, and it's probably, the Pistols started it, didn't they? But the Buzzcocks records, in a way, defined it because it was so raw. But great pop record as well.
Boredom is one of my favourite ever records.
The guitar solo, it's so sardonic, isn't it? The Board's guitar solo. It's mega, isn't it?
Yeah. And they were great songs. Pete was a really great singer.
Well, Howard's lyrics as well, really funny as well, aren't they? Yeah. And then he gets bored of punk on January the 4th, 1977, just when everyone else is getting into it. He's the first one to leave.
Does it?
What punk?
I reckon it lasted about a year and a half.
Yeah, it lasted 50 years, mate. What have you got on there? It's never ended. Still going on.
It lasted a year and a half for me. I buggered off to... I saw Kraftwerk and I was like, no.
You could love Kraftwerk as well.
Yeah. I went to see him the other night.
Oh, was he good?
It was good,
I seen him last year playing festivals, mega.
Yeah.
But Kraftwerk, I think the most telling thing about Kraftwerk is the first time I'd ever heard of them, because I'm probably younger, was on Tomorrow's World. It wasn't even a pop program.
Really?
They were on a science program doing Autobahn, weren't they?
Yeah, that's right. They did. That's legendary footage. There's only one of them. There's only Rolf still in the band.
Yeah,
they just have 3 other guys.
I thought they were robots. It doesn't matter who's in the band, does it?
Well, they did use robots, didn't they, for Man Machine? Yeah.
It's ace, isn't it?
Yeah,
but don't you think another defining thing in Manchester is that everybody loves Kraftwerk, no matter what style music?
Well, there was a gig in 1976 at the Free Trade Hall, and it was also I think the night after it was at Sheffield City Hall, and everyone goes on about the Sex Pistols gig, but I think at that Kraftwerk gig there was like all the guys from New Order, Section 25, me. There was loads of us, and I think that was the moment we all went, oh, we love electronic music,
Yeah, it's another way.
And then they got to Sheffield, and the Human League were there, you know, all of them, Addie Newton, Martin Ware, all the Sheffield scene, Cabaret Voltaire, all of them.
Well, Cabaret Voltaire were already going. They started in 1973, didn't they?
They were.
To them, Kraftwerk are old hat. Yeah. It's amazing how they're doing, like cutting up cassettes in an attic.
It's all very punk, though, isn't it? It's kind of this DIY.
Well, maybe it's not fair to say things punk, though, isn't it? Maybe it's an attitude in all music that people somehow work out. You don't need any permission to make music. You'd have to wait for someone to allow you to make it. You just go and make it, don't you? Yeah.
Well, it also really lent into the punk ideal, didn't it? Electronic music, because you're like, hang on a minute, I can program that drum machine and get that bass line. You know, which going on like 10 years or so, when a kid came and gave me Adonis No Way Back in the DJ booth at the Haçienda, which was just a drum machine, a fantastic bass line with this guy from Chicago singing Too Far Gone, Ain't No Way Back. And you're like, that is so simple, but it was like a punch in the face, you know what I mean? It was so brilliant. And you're like, aye, this is punk again, only in an electronic sense. You got people like Gerald going and making stuff in his bedroom and coming bringing it me in the Haçienda.
That is the number one track, I think. That
that's the anthem.
Yeah. It sounds like Hume and it sounds like Manchester. It sounds like that time, doesn't it?
I love the fact that I mean, I love Gerald, but he's a bit dopey sometimes, isn't he? And he got his name because he gave the CD to not the CD, the cassette to what was he called? Stu
Allen, was it?
Matthew?
Stu Allen on Piccadilly Radio, and he said, "I'm not sure. This is great. This track. I'm going to play it. I'm not sure. It's by. I think it's by a guy called Gerald." And that's how he got his name.
And it's a great name.
It's a great name. Yeah. Everyone thinks he thought hard about it.
He recorded it in the kitchen, didn't he?
Yeah.
So the kitchen, you must have gone down the kitchen.
Yeah.
Hume. So after Haçienda shut, people go down. Hume was just like this mad derelict estate. Well, I still live there, actually. It's all poshed up now.
It's very posh now, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got proper houses in it. But this place, then, it was like two flats knocked together with a sledgehammer.
Crescents. The Crescents.
Yeah. So it had... They knocked the joining walls down, the floor out, no lights in there, and it'd be a 48-hour rave in there.
It was amazing, the kitchen. Yeah. I remember when Mark Kamens came over from New York, and that'd be 88 or 89, and played at the Haçienda, and then I said, come on, we're going to the kitchen. Where's that, Mike? I said, just come on. So we're walking, it was like probably December or January, so it was one of those crisp, freezing cold, clear nights, do you know what I mean? And we're walking through Hume, and I could tell he was beginning to shit himself. Right? And he's like, mate, where are we, man? It's like the Clockwork Orange, you know? He said, and all of a sudden we came around the corner, and steam was just pouring out of this second floor flats, you know, just coming out over the balcony. It's like it was like almost like dry ice. You know what I mean? I went, that's where we're going. But he had a great time.
But Noel used to go down there. I see Noel in there.
He met Manny in there.
Yeah. He talks about
on
that.
the balcony, yeah.
Yeah, he freaks out because Manny's like obviously quite legend at that point, and he's just a guy around town, and all that.
Noel was the roadie for his Spirals.
Yeah. I knew him before that. When he
Did you?
Just a kid going around gigs in Manchester.
Yeah.
But you know how everyone everyone knew everyone else. You just go, oh, I've seen you a lot of gigs. What are you going to next? Those kind of conversations, isn't it? So it didn't take long to get to know everyone.
It was, because it was the same people who went to everything.
He calls it the Manchester 50, the 50 people who went to every single gig. Yeah. And he still goes, whatever happened, you can remember them all after all these years. You think he wouldn't be that arsed about it, wouldn't you? But that's what it's like. It was like a big, sort of dysfunctionally mad family of people running around gigs, clubs, the whole thing. Yeah.
And everyone together just makes this thing sort of...
Yeah, I mean, not everybody makes it, do they? But some people end up being Noel Gallagher, and some people still go out to all the gigs.
Yeah.
You know? But they're all still in that little group and things. I think that's important, really, isn't it? Unique,
Yeah, but there's that kind of weird period of time, isn't there? Sort of after, 91, 92, when factories kind of called it a day, and the Haçiendas...
Well, they went bust.
Yeah.
They went bust.
It's a bit different, isn't it? Let's call it a day.
They went bust because they wouldn't listen to their A&R guy. Yeah.
I was signing Black Box, K-Class.
Is it Kylie? You want
Kylie, everything out of the Haçienda DJ booth, and Tony wouldn't do a dance label.
Yeah, well, that would have been the winner.
On the day that I think Factory got repossessed, you were writing in the MEN, if they would have signed Black Box.
I remember on the front page it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I went down to the Factory offices when it shut down and stuff. It was Tony outside, of course, doing loads of interviews, to sort of joking. I mean, he's always about to go bust, wasn't it? You remember the 30,000 quid table?
I went down there. I'd already started deconstruction, and he said, "Darling, Mike, come down and see." And it's the first place I'd ever been where there was loads of computer screens, and I went, "Why are they all sat in front of them?" And he went, "It's the future, darling. Come and have a look at the boardroom." And he showed me that table, and I went,
table, yeah.
And the table moved. I
went on chains, wasn't it?
How the fuck are you going to do anything on that? You know what I mean?
I remember interviewing Northside, put a cassette recorder on the table. The table went like that, and the cassette recorder fell on the floor. And it's like it was a mad expensive table that he bought. Yeah.
It was crazy. It was a design. He gave it a factory number. He did. It's got a fact number. But
he was right though. It was the future, but the problem was it wasn't the present. And sometimes you get caught out, don't you?
Yeah. And you know, they had the brainwave, which was actually one of Alan's brainwaves. Happy Mondays are getting mired in drugs. Oh yeah, where should we send them? Barbados, crack capital of the world. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. As Sean's selling the last shirt he had on his back for more, came back with the drum beat.
But it wasn't.
Literally, they did come back with the drum beat.
But they didn't bankrupt the label. They get the blame, but it wasn't them, was it? It was all the other records, the other bands you signed towards the end that were just.
As I was signing Black Box, I'd started M People, you know. K-Class, Felix, Guru, Josh, Kylie Minogue, they were signing the Wendy's and Northside.
Yeah, I mean Northside were okay, but the
Wendy's... They're not going to sell records though, John.
They got top 40 album money, but it wasn't big. The Wendy's, they were on a wage. You put them on a wage, didn't you? There was no money, was there? I mean, you have to earn your wage, don't you? You know, if no one's buying your records,
no one should be put on a wage so you earn it, should they?
Yeah, so it's too much money gone on, and then it's all falling apart, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I used to argue that when I was in my later guys as an A&R man at Columbia, you get some of the young kids coming in and they'd be like, "Oh God, you know, I can't work, I've got to create." And I used to say, we used to literally go and hand our notice in the day we got a record deal. That's how it used to happen, wasn't it? Like a band would go, you know, I remember, it's the same thing with the Dole actually. I remember Slaughter and the Dogs signed their deal outside Withenshaw Dole office. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. I remember the picture.
Not a great idea, because you struck them off immediately.
But you have that moment after Factory have gone bust, I'll be good, where you have that kind of weird period of sort of wilderness years, and then you get like 93, 94.
Well, there was a lot of violence.
Yeah, the hangover. You're always going to get a hangover after a while.
There's a lot of violence. You can't hide that. If you've got, when ecstasy arrived, ecstasy pills were £25 each, you know, and they were good though. Well worth it. But that's a lot of money, and then you know you get like clubs were starting in Stoke, Shelley's in Stoke, Blackpool, Blackburn, all over the northwest. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Bit late. Sorry.
They've just been out to get the ecstasy.
How much? And so, you know, you could see the gangsters looking and going, "Oh, we're going to have that. That's going to be ours." And it was just horrible. It was just a terrible period.
It's probably the only, of all the years I lived in Manchester, that's the worst period. Because you regenerate after that pretty quickly.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of turns into a really important part of Cool Britannia, which in hindsight we kind of maybe view as a bit glib, but it was quite fun. Like what Oasis were doing, and people, the stuff that kind of happens.
I got invited to Downing Street by Tony Blair.
Did you go to that?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. You don't get any stick for that. Noel gets any.
He gets loads. I know. He's always like, "Pickering went." I met Mike Lee there, which was great. You know, the filmmaker. I loved him, and me and him snuck off, and we were looking all over. It's massive, Downing Street. But they have the meet, you know, these events in one room. We snuck off. And,
what, snooping around the house?
Yeah, to the war cabinet room and all this. All of a sudden, they must set off alarms. We're just surrounded by, like, whatever they call Secret Service or whatever. Just me and Mike stood there. Like. But I mean, the other thing about it is that Manchester has become an absolutely exciting city. You know, it's probably the success story of Europe at the moment.
Well, and sparked by the music.
Yeah.
That's where it all starts.
I mean, Andy Spinoza's book, which is well worth a read, Manchester Unspun, it traces it from the Haçienda, doesn't it? And through the youth culture all the way through what it's become now, you know.
It gave you confidence, didn't it?
Yeah, a lot of confidence.
The music became the skyline in the end, didn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to open up to questions in about 5 minutes, but I'm going to ask the question I've been dreading asking because I know nothing about it. Do you want to talk to me about Man City?
I'm Blackpool. Let's talk about Blackpool, yeah?
Sure.
Have you still got Oyston?
Oh, no, we got rid of him. It took 25 years to get him out, though.
He got 25 years, didn't he?
No, he should have got... He's still alive. He's still got his money, yeah. If we get the money off him, be good. Yeah. So that was not good for us, no.
But there was this kind of weird separation until... I always think of the Oasis thing where they got the Man City shirts on. Was it on the cover of NME, I think?
Yeah, it's Kevin's
picture.
Yeah, that moment where you get these, two like completely separate worlds of sport and music, probably colliding for the first meaningful time.
It's been there before, but I guess
it's always there. That's where I met Rob Gretton. You know, it's where Johnny, me, Rob, Marquis Smith. I mean, so many people in Manchester music. We were all off the Kippack Street, you know, the terracing. That's where we grew up. And in fact, it's quite weird. In my book, available at all good bookstores.
Out there. Yeah.
And out there. Noel talks about it was being on the Kippack Street that really influenced his songwriting. Because he heard how a chant could come from just the chorus.
A song that 20,000 people can sing in a big chorus.
And and I think it influenced us all. And, you know, and for 30 odd years, watching City was just... You didn't really watch. They were so rubbish, you know. We just had our own kind of social club, really.
Yeah. Remember when it's all the banana thing, which is a bit naff now, but
Imre Banana.
Yeah, because it's just people messing about because the games are so boring, wasn't it?
Messing about. I mean, it was part of our lives, though.
Most City fans I know really can't cope with the fact that City is successful because they
There
quite
are
like
a lot.
that
There
thing.
are a lot.
They quite like going to City when it was in Division 1 or what should be called Division 3 because it was actually a rite of passage, really. If you can get through a whole season, you must be a fan.
You used to go down for a drink at half time and there'd be loads of like the governors and all that lot downstairs watching the Channel 4 film on a Saturday afternoon, smoking dope. What score is it? We're getting beat. Oh, of course we are. Now it's all very shiny.
On that note, I think I'm going to open up for our lovely audience to ask some questions. So, straight up. We've got a microphone doing the... Someone's going to get their steps into
What you need to do, you have to get all the questions in different corners.
Yeah. Next up there, then.
It's great to hear you, and I went to the Haçienda in the early days. Johnny Marr, when he was at X-Close, I'm from Leeds, sorry. I apologise.
Well, X-Close were in Leeds as well.
Yeah,
and Sheffield.
well, the manageress, you said about chucking in your chips when you got a deal. I remember the manageress in Leeds saying, oh, Johnny's leaving, he signed a record deal. Because I saw one of their first gigs at the Millionaire Club. Tony Wilson was there, but he didn't sign the Smiths. But anyway, Johnny's amazing. He's just incredible. But going on, thinking of Johnny and his love of sort of Dusty Springfield and the 60s, my elder sister... and I went to the Haçienda in the indie era as well, but my elder sister went to the Twisted Wheel.
Yeah.
My elder sister was a mod, so our household became really sort of Manchester-centric, even though we were, the other side of the Pennines, through the mods. And I just wonder if the panel, I know it's a bit before your time.
No, I was a mod.
Yeah, I just wonder if you've any comment about the Twisted Wheel and the Northern Soul.
Yeah, well, I had a beautiful Vespa, actually, but I was just too young for the Twisted Wheel, so I tried to get in Wigan, and I got in once, And there was a woman who stood at the top of the stairs who let you in at Wigan. I can't remember her name now. And she used the door. I got in the first time, I was like, amazing, I'm in. And I went the second time, you're not coming in. And that was it, once you got the knockback. So I started going to the Highland Room in Blackpool.
Oh yeah, I've been
which
there.
was great. That was great, the Highland Room.
It's quite a different vibe there, wasn't it?
Yeah, Dave Godden from Blues and Soul used to DJ.
And Ian Levine, 'cause I
Ian,
saw
yeah.
yesterday.
His sister was in my class at school.
So it's going back to the electronica, of course, the orchestra and the disco sound of Ian Levine.
But you know what else? Because too young for the Twisted Wheel, but youth clubs were massive when I was growing up. And that's where we used to go, and that's where we heard our soul music. I mean, I didn't listen to white music till I heard David Bowie in 1971. That was the first white guy I ever listened to.
That's another key thing in Manchester, isn't it?
Yeah.
That embrace of black music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't go to the Twisted Wheel, right? You didn't go to the Wheel.
No, I'm too young for that, but my sister...
I know you are, sorry.
I went to the Ritz all day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they were great.
And I went to Rafters when Rafters Delight was first stroked by Colin Curtis and Ian Dewhurst.
Yeah.
Sweat dripping down.
Colin was a great DJ. Well, he is a great DJ.
Yeah. So I was interested in all that crossover from the soul scene into the indie scene.
Massive, wasn't it? I mean, Joy Division
It was
did
huge.
all the soul cover, didn't they?
When I first did the nude night, a lot of the northern guys used to come to the Friday night because they thought the house that I was playing early on, like Colonel Abrams, was very reminiscent of, you know, it's that driving 4/4 it's just those records were 5 minutes long. They looked a bit knackered rather than the 2.5, 3.
It is a continuum, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
The way people in the north love Northern Soul to when you didn't have Haçienda.
Yeah,
Same
and you know,
line,
it was a secret society.
Yeah.
Which also, Acid House was a secret society for a year and a half.
Even the drug culture's kind of similar, Speed, Northern Soul, XT with that. So it's
totally.
Clothes, the whole thing's a crossover, isn't it?
Yeah.
Twisted Wheel was actually still there 10 years ago. No, it's a hotel now.
They've got a plaque. It's the only place they got a plaque.
I remember going in, and it still had the wheel on the wall, because it actually had a wheel that's named after...
No, that's the old, that's the original.
No, the original was...
The one on Whitworth Street's a new building now.
It is now,
but
10 years ago. The original's actually off Deansgate.
Off Deansgate,
Yeah.
And then the one on Whitworth, that's Whitworth Street, isn't it? Yeah, it turned into Placemate.
Yeah, it's like some... Yeah, now it's just some really bland-looking hotel.
Yeah, it's a weird hotel and a car park.
Yeah.
Progress. Who's next?
Too near.
Right.
Just played 3D chess.
Hi. Thank you. Great chat. Very entertaining. Thank you. Now, Manchester's, as they say, got so much to answer for. We've got the cultures of rave in the 90s. We had that movement. We had a bit of rave in the sort of 80s, early 90s, grunge in the early 90s. Then we got the Britpop scene in the mid-90s. We've not had a movement since then. Is there a reason for this, do you think? Or are we expecting one? Because that's been 30 years.
Why do you need a movement?
Like music movement.
Yeah,
I know you don't need one.
Well, Tony used to say that...
he was wrong, though.
He was always wrong. But I loved his theories. Come on.
Every 7 years there's going to be a revolution.
He said 1966 was the first summer of love, 77 was punk, 88 was acid house, and then he stood there in 99 like, ooh, what's happening now? I said, your club's closed.
It's a nice concept, but it doesn't work like that, does it?
I don't think... Everything is so splintered now, isn't it?
I like it like that.
I like it. You know, I've got loads of kids, and they all like completely different things. You know.
But at the same time, as well, isn't it? 'Cause people listen to lots of different things at the same time.
Yeah, well, they've got so much access.
Yeah, I mean, streaming.
So you don't have a tribe anymore.
I mean, like with streaming, you listen to different. You just hop about lots of different types of music, don't you? You go from black metal to like electronic to old school punk to weird folk in 5 minutes.
Yeah, my youngest one, who's just 13, she when we're in the car, she puts on plays from her phone, and I'm like, how do you know this? You know what I mean? They're like old tracks, really. I think they get them off like TikTok and everything.
Yeah, yes. I mean, the internet's also
great,
central culture, isn't it?
But you're not getting loads of people going, you know, a group of people going, we're into this, you know, because also it was secretive, wasn't it? It was like I said, there were secret societies, and you felt. Remember when, you know, you were into a certain band and then they got played on Radio 1, you were like, that's it.
That's like
it was like that, though.
when you're 15, yeah.
There's none of that anymore.
But then a lot of these scenes, they weren't as all-pervading as people think, do they? I mean, if you're old enough for sure, you're not, I don't think. But when punk was big, it wasn't that big. There was only 3 kids in school into punk. Yeah. It wasn't... You know, you could sit at school and everyone had big flared trousers on, and people say that's the whole scene, and there's about 3 punks skulking in a corner. It wasn't everything. And the way they portray it now, years later, they make it look like it was everything. So these weren't mass scenes; they were just like little pockets, which probably still exist everywhere.
It's like when Bowie come along, and you know, I've never run as much in my life because you dyed your hair orange.
if you could find your hair
dye, I'd be like, shit. It was like Roadrunner getting chased all over Manchester.
Even Bowie couldn't get the right hair dye off his thingy, did he?
Yeah.
I interviewed Susie Ronson. It's quite a funny story. Getting the classic, one of the most classic, iconic haircuts of all time. They couldn't even get the product to make it stand on end, could they?
No.
So they'd keep put it up, take the picture, fell down, put it back up again. But the music, but the creativity's still there, isn't it? The music, it hasn't stopped, has it? It's like...
I think it's as creative as ever.
Probably more now.
Yeah.
Because everybody's having a go. But the internet's the middle culture, not pop culture now, and it changed. If you know, like in the punk days, cliche, people had something to say, they make a song, which is kind of true. But now, if you've got something to say, you just go online and say it. I'm not saying it's better or worse. That's just what people do now, isn't it? So culture changes. It shouldn't be the same as when we were teenagers. It shouldn't be the same rules.
No, it's got to move.
Yeah. Because can you imagine, like, when we were 16 and there was 65-year-olds talking about our music? It would seem bizarre, wouldn't it?
We've probably got time for maybe 2 more questions if we're lucky. So
we need one from there, one from over there.
Oh,
come on!
The river's.
There's one here.
One here. Yeah. One up there.
Thanks for this evening. I had the pleasure of going to the Haçienda many times when I was a student in Manchester. And one of my regrets was not going to the Haçienda auction when it closed down.
Oh, right, okay.
Is it true, Mike, that you bought the DJ booth? And if so, do you still have it?
No, Bobby Langley, a guy called Bobby Langley bought the DJ booth. We hoodwinked him. He thought that Hooky and I were bidding for it, and we weren't. And people were going, Hooky's bid this one. And the guy joined in, he was a proper auctioneer. And at the end he goes, what am I going to do with that? All it was a big box, a big wooden thing with
just
like...
a shed.
It's just a shed. But it's actually, his brother's got a haulage firm, and it's in a field. Somewhere like not just outside Manchester, North Manchester. Do you want it?
Have an auction.
Bobby will sell it, yeah. I got... it was really sad. You know, like the glazed bricks that are at the front? So I got 3 of them. I got some of the dance floor, but I got 3 of them. And when I moved to London, I had them put in my garden wall. And then we were moving, and it was in lockdown. So I said, I need to get those bricks and take them, you know, to the new place. And my Portuguese grocery store on the corner, he went, no problem, I've got these guys, these Ukrainian guys, and it's great because of Ukraine, you know, so you're doing them a favour, they'll come round. And I was going to him, so take them out, right? They didn't speak really good, take them out. Yeah, no problem. And I went out and I came back and they were just smashing the hell out of it all over the pavement. So I've got a little mosaic now in my new house.
Tony,
have you seen the film?
Yeah.
Great, isn't it? Brilliant. Who owns the dance floor? What a great film.
I think Tony would have approved him getting smashed up, wouldn't he?
He would.
Yeah.
There's a guy up there.
He's just right next to you, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very interested in the story about what happened with Black Box, because Heather got re-recorded, didn't she? And you work at the record label at the time. Is that right?
Yeah.
What was it? Did you? Oh shit! I'm in trouble.
Well, I was in the Haçienda one Friday night, 1988, right at the height of, you know, and I used to play, if people brought stuff in, be it on cassette or whatever, I'd give it a listen. If it was any good, I'd just play it in the night, Graham and I. And this Italian kid knocked on the DJ booth and he went, I've got this cassette, will you have a listen, maybe play it? And I put it in and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing, you know. And so I said, Graham, listen to this. He went, wow. Listen to the I said to the Italian guy, come back at 12, we're going to play at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock was peak time then, you know, because you did 9 till 2. And put it on. And you know, like, if you play something new, sometimes there's a bit of realisation, wow, this is good. No, the whole place just went absolutely berserk. And this Italian kid says, so they go, Daniele Davoli, he was like, oh my God. Noel says in the book, then he goes, that was the moment when you just like, this is the moment in house, you know, in that period. So, and then we had to go, so I had Deconstruction. I just started Deconstruction Records because Factory wouldn't put out my T-Coy record. My manager, who was my partner in Deconstruction, rang me on the Saturday morning, this is the morning after, and said, did a little Italian kid come? I went, Pete, we've got to sign that record. It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. So I go down to London either on the Monday or the Tuesday to meet Daniele, you know, who was Black Box, and he's like, no, he's not a sample. I'm like, I'm sorry, Daniele, that is Lolita Holloway. And I'm playing the original, and I'm playing Black Box, and we're like, it's a sample. No. It's a girl from Venice. We're like, it's a big gospel vocal, you know what I mean? Anyway, for some mad reason, we let it go. And the next thing, it comes out, it goes straight into #1 in the main, you know, the pop charts. Top of the pops, there's this really beautiful girl that they had called Katrine miming it. Next thing, the next morning, Lolita's on BBC, Radio 1, everything going, who's that skinny bitch singing that song on top of the pops? And we're like, oh, we are absolutely effed here, you know what I mean? Dan Hartman, who wrote it, had already given us his permission. He really loved it. So we had to go to the Carey brothers, who had Salsoul Records in New York, who owned the Lolita Holloway song, who you do not mess with, right? Really heavy guys. They were fine about it. We had to give them some money, you know, obviously, cash. But it meant that we had to re-record the vocals straight away. And, we sent Heather out to Padova, near Venice. And it's her on it. Yeah, it's Heather Small on Black Box. She's always really shy about it. I don't know why. Yeah.
It's incredibly close, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
What she managed to do.
Yeah. If you listen really closely, there are lines where you go, yeah, it is.
Yeah, she's got that Heather Small voice just quietly, hasn't she?
That's amazing to do that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so tight.
Impersonation and a vocal.
Well, you only need a few lines and then play it as a sample. So, but it was brilliant that Danielle would never admit it wasn't Lolita. That's the story.
We've probably got time for one last one before we wrap. So, speak now or forever hold your peace. Are you going to get a very nerdy question from me?
Can you tell us some Oasis stories to finish off?
You can get them in the book.
Available outside.
The only one I could tell you, which is always quite a funny story, is the fight at Rockfield, because I was actually there. You know, so I was producing a band just up the road called Cable. We bumped into it. They finished their records. We went to town to celebrate. And I don't drink, so I was drinking a cup of tea. Then we got in the taxi back, and there's one taxi. Guy slumped on the front of the seat. He turns around and goes, fucking hell, John, Rob, what are you doing here? And I go, wow, Liam, I've not seen you for ages. He says, come down to the studio and listen to the album. Because he'd just been recording that afternoon, so they'd done half the album. He'd just done the vocals, like Champagne.
Is that in Rockfield?
Yeah, in Rockfield, about an hour before. So he went down there, he's playing it, and the guys at Cable getting a bit drunk, because Liam's giving loads of drink. They're not drinkers at all. And he puts on a couple of tracks, and I said, wow, that does sound really good. The guys out of Cable go, it's terrible, it just sounds like the Beatles, because he's a really pissed, this guy. And he gets more and more drunk, and Liam keeps playing the tracks, and Liam's actually not that bothered, he's quite calm. And then this guy out of Cable, the guitar player, is a really quiet, nerdy guy. He's really plastered. And he goes up, and Liam plays Champagne Supernova. He goes, what do you think? It sounds amazing. And he goes up to Liam, he's prodding him like this, like in the arm, going, don't do that. That's not going to go down very well. Then he picks up a plate of pasta and throws it at Liam. Then it goes berserk. And then there's a big fight, and I'm trying to separate them out like somebody's dad. Stop fighting, boys, you know, all that stuff. Then they go, right, we're going to have a kangaroo court outside. And he's on trial. They pointed at this bloke out of his Cable. So they went out and said, you know, you're not having a kangaroo court. That's just really stupid. So there's about 20 of them and about 4 of us, and they're not fighters at all. So we stood outside Rockford. I'm dragging them off down the drive. I got them out there. Then Noel comes out and goes, where's everyone gone? And then he went mad and they had the biggest fight ever. Then they split up and Liam trashed the whole of Rockfield. And according to Brian Cannon, he didn't just break all the windows, he smashed every single light switch. So he did it forensically, he smashed up Rockfield. The people running Rockfield were going, great, that's just a great rock and roll story for us. They weren't the slightest bit bothered. And then the next day, Cable's record label, because pre-mobile phones, we had no idea what happened. In fact, no, we went back to Mono Valley where we'd been recording a mile away up the road. And we said to this guy out Cable, they're going to come down here in the middle of the night. They had air rifles. They're going to shoot you. And he burst into tears. And he went his little bed in there and stuff like that.
Because Mark Coyle used to nick all the farm vehicles, didn't he? And him and Liam used to just terrorise everywhere.
That was the first time that when they were in Mono Valley, because they went to Rockfield to go and visit the Stone Roses in a combine harvester, didn't they?
Going down little lanes in a combine harvester.
Then that guy at Cable, I hadn't spoke to for like 25 years. And about 2 years ago, he got in touch with Facebook. He goes, I'm so embarrassed about that night. Because I was such an indie snob and all that kind of stuff. And now he's a really well-known science fiction writer. But Cable, really good band. I mean, it's just that night was just like so mad. But you know when like you're the only sober one and everyone else is fighting? It's kind of weird, isn't it? Yeah. It's a bit longer, that story, but... not everybody wants to hear that story. It's in the book. Yeah. The book starts, you don't even have to buy the book, you can just read the first 5 pages.
It is the first chapter, isn't it?
It is, yeah, because I think you always start with
a bang.
Like a film, innit? You start that, and then you sort of deconstruct to go backwards.
That's your cold open, is it?
Yeah, start with this good story, innit? Yeah.
So, maybe one final thing before we wrap up is what's next on the docket for you? What exciting musical plans are coming, if any?
I've got 3 books to write.
3?
Yeah. They always come in 3s.
Right.
I've done it before, writing 3 at once. It's mad, isn't it? But
what are they going to be?
Are
you allowed to say?
No, because you kibosh it. As soon as you say it, it falls apart, doesn't it? Yeah.
So 3 books from you?
Yeah.
Gosh.
I don't like writing books. It's really boring.
You've written quite a lot.
I didn't get to rock and roll, just sit there with a laptop and write things, you know. It's not exciting, is it?
You started a really important website where you write things about culture and music.
There's other people, right? I mean, I don't mind. That takes half an hour or an hour to write something. I don't want to spend there sitting there down writing, type all day long. I mean, it's not exciting. I mean, when you get the flow, it's good, isn't it? I mean, you must have found that. Must have been like thinking, oh God, this is. Oh, you one thing? I'm
a one thing.
So am I. Fanzine typist since day. Never learned to type.
Yeah.
This is our similarity in a weird way, because we're both from punk rock, which you never got taught how to do anything. You just did it anyway, didn't you? Yeah. So no one's probably ever showed you how to DJ. You just worked it out, did it? Yeah.
I've never been taught anything.
I know, it's mad, isn't it? We spent our whole lives just, blagging it, really.
Getting away with it as electronics.
Great song, yeah.
I think that's our time, I'm afraid. So...
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, can we please say thank you to John? The other thing I should say is our lovely independent bookseller, Fox Lane Books, are outside, and they have copies of books such as... what are your latest...
Well, my memoirs was on the same publisher as his memoirs.
Yeah.
And my Oasis book and Mike's memoirs.
We go through Manchester University Press. We're quite proud of that, I think, right?
Makes us sound really academic, doesn't it?
Oh, Manchester University Press, yeah. I'm going to launch at John Ryland's library. I thought you'd never used to let me in here.
Great in there, isn't it?
It's great.
Yeah.
Well, they've now got the, which is worth checking out, the British Pop Archive.
Oh, it's good, that, isn't it? John Savage put it.
It's amazing, yeah. I've got an archive.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, it was great. My wife was so happy that when we downsized the
Got rid of all the rubbish.
all that shit in that room, I mean, don't worry. It's going in an archive in a really beautiful library in Manchester.
Are you guys going to be outside signing as well?
Yeah.
Definitely,
Yeah.
And the only last thing to do is say thank you to you guys for attending
thank you.
today. Please check out the Festival of Ideas programme for other events that are coming up, and thank you so much for attending this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.